Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more Leetcode today. So I just got out of prison, so let's solve this Leetcode easy. Smallest number with all set bits. I honestly wish it was a little bit harder. I think at the end of the month, usually the problems are difficult, and this one is really not, so let's get into it. So we are given a positive number n, and the fact that it's positive is going to be important in this problem. So what that basically means, it's going to be greater than or equal to 1. And so what we're trying to do is find the smallest number x that is greater than or equal to n. I mean, that's pretty easy to do. But the catch is that this number needs to be of the binary representation where every bit is going to be set. So basically what they mean is we could have the number 1 itself. And technically there are some leading zeros, but we don't really care about them because the actual number itself just has a single set bit. We could also have 1, 1. This is 3 in binary representation, but again, it has both bits set. We could have another number 3 bits set. I believe this is going to be 7, and it kind of just keeps going like that. So in other words, we want to sort of enumerate all of these numbers that have all bits set, and among all of them, we want to find the one that is greater than or equal to n, and we want to find the smallest one. So in this example here, let's say n is equal to 5. Among all of these, which one is the smallest one that's greater than or equal to 5? Well, we could try the first one, 1. It's not greater than or equal to 5. We could try the next one, 3, not greater than or equal to 5. Well, the third one, 7, is greater than or equal to 5. And we also know that it's the smallest one that's greater than or equal to 5 because we just went through them in sorted order. So pretty simple there. So we kind of know conceptually what we're trying to do. How do we actually go about enumerating all of these? It's pretty easy. It just requires a little bit of bit manipulation, and you can probably do it in several different ways. One way to do it would be to create powers of 2. Starting from 1 and then minus 1. So 2 to the power of 1 minus 1 would be 1. 2 to the power of 2 minus 1 would be 3. And it kind of just keeps going like that. But if you're not really a math person and you want to do it more explicitly with some bit operations, you can do it like this. Start with 1, of course, and that's equal to 1. And then we take this one, we shift it to the left. You can do that with this operator in most languages. So when you shift it to the left, you're going to get something that looks like this, 1, 0. But we want every bit to be set, so let's set this one, and we can do so by taking this, ORing it with 1, because 1 is going to be here, and then everything before that is going to be 0. And then when you bitwise OR these, this one is going to go over there. And then for the rest of these, nothing is going to change on this side. So once you OR these, we will get 1, 1. And then to get the next one, you just kind of repeat that operation. You take this, shift it to the left by 1, you're going to get 1, 1, 0, and then you're going to want to OR over here to set that bit. So we're not doing anything fancy. This is just focusing on the fundamentals here. Now, in terms of the time complexity, how many of those numbers could we have? Well, it's going to depend on the max number that we are dealing with. Typically, we deal with 32-bit integers or 64-bit integers. And in this problem, we actually have an even more limited constraint where n is actually going to be limited to 1,000. And that's good for efficiency reasons. If that was not the case, though, and maybe we had like 32-bit integers, that was the limit, there's still, I think, guaranteed to be a solution because you could have a 32-bit integer where every bit is set. So you have 32 of these. And then that would be like the last thing that we try. And we would find that, yes, that is greater than or equal to that input number. But anyways, I just like talking about some of these like edge cases and ideas to make this problem more interesting. But if you're just trying to solve it on Leetcode, the code is pretty easy. Let me show that to you right now. So I'm going to initialize the result as 1. That's going to be the first thing that we try. And we're pretty much guaranteed that there's a result. So we know eventually this is going to be returned, but we have to increase it until it is greater than or equal to n. So while that's not the case, so while n is actually greater than result, then we need to increase the result. And we do so by doing this. Shift the result to the left by 1, and then set the 0th bit, set the first bit rather. And so this is shifting it, and then we can do a little OR over here with 1, and then that'll set that bit. So I'll go ahead and run this, and you can see here it works. It's pretty efficient. I mean, the last time I ran it, this was a bit slower, so it might be kind of random on your end. But in terms of the time complexity, how many powers of 2 of a number will we actually have? And that's kind of what we're doing. Like I mentioned towards the beginning, we're doing 2 to the power of x minus 1. So how many powers of 2 do we have? Well, it's going to depend on the number of bits. And we know in this case, n is 1,000. So that's the max number that we could have. So how many bits does it take to populate 1,000? Well, we can do that with log base 2. I don't know how to really do that, but log base 2 of n. So that is the overall time complexity in this problem. Another idea I kind of had was actually, since we know the solution set is going to be powers of 2 minus 1, we can kind of enumerate all of those, and maybe we could even populate them in an array, or maybe we skip that for efficiency reasons, but then we could almost run binary search on that range. I didn't actually try it out, but I think it is doable. So I guess I might as well try that right now. So let's see if I'm completely wrong or if I'm on the right track. Let's check it out. Okay, so I went ahead and did it off screen, and I'll just kind of walk you through this because I think it's probably not more efficient than the other solution, but it's still interesting to me, so I thought maybe some of you would find it interesting. So the idea here is that, first of all, we know that n is going to be at most 1,000, right? So how many bits would it take to find the smallest number that's greater than or equal to 1,000? Well, I think if you have 10 bits set, it's about 2 to the power of 10 is 1024. So you minus 1 from that and you get 1023. So that's the biggest number you could have with 10 bits set. So we know for sure that's big enough to be greater than 1,000. That's why I set this to 10, because we need to make sure that we know for sure that the solution is within this range, because we're going to be performing binary search. And by the way, I know this is an easy problem, so if any of this stuff seems really advanced to you, I'd consider checking out Leetcode.io, check out maybe the binary search section and also the bit manipulation sections. But so now that we know the solution is within this range, we just initialize our result to anything. It doesn't really matter in this case because we know for sure the result is going to be set within this loop because we know the solution does exist, and then we'll return it out here. Okay, after that, we do a binary search. We don't know which one of these is the smallest. So that's why we're doing binary search. We're going to check the middle one first. So we check the middle between 1 and 10. Then we take 2 and we raise it to that power. So maybe 2 to the power of 5. And then we minus 1. And then we have some value which we call x. So now we want to know, is this x value greater than or equal to n? If it is, well, then we can set our result to that value. And more importantly, we will update our search space, our binary search space, to now set our right pointer to be mid minus 1. The reason for that is we found a valid solution, but there's no guarantee that it's the smallest valid solution. So that's why we decrease our search space. We lower the maximum value. We want to only look at the smaller values now. In the else case, we did not find a valid solution, so we will update our search space in the other direction. So that's generally the idea. I've gone ahead and ran it, and it looks like it performs about the same on Leetcode, but again, this stuff is kind of random sometimes. In terms of the time complexity, had we initialized an array with all of those values, the time complexity I don't think would have been any better. But since we are doing binary search, we're basically, I could be wrong, but I think the time complexity is going to be log base 2 of log base 2 of n. Because first of all, n is 1,000. Our search space is going to be at most 10. So that's already log base 2 of n of that. And then on top of that, on the search space itself, we're running binary search. We're not actually iterating over all of these. So I think it's like a nested log. But anyways, I'm glad to be back. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.